What's going on, family? New day, new beginnings. Before we get started, hit the like and share button, subscribe button. What I wanted to touch base on really real quick is black people need to stop worrying about idiotic shit. And what I mean by idiotic shit, I'm talking about how they're upset that a whole bunch of white supremacists, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, upset at Ariel being our shade. Let's get something straight. Who cares if she's black? Who cares if she's white? Who cares if she's Asian? Who cares if she's a piece of shit? Who cares? I mean, it's just that simple. Who cares? You understand? Ariel's fictional. Fictional. Okay? That means imaginary. Not real. So I'm more upset at the black people who going back and forth on social media with these idiotic people. Because the first thing you're saying to yourself, like, who gives a shit? Like, literally, who gives a shit? Okay, there's other things in this life that we should be concerned about. Reparations, schooling, housing, economics for us. You understand? So when I see black people going back and forth with these idiotic people, the first thing I'm saying to myself, where do you really stand as a minority? Because people who got shit going for themselves not going to give a fuck about no Ariel. That's one. Okay? Now, based on the title, Young Thoughts and Training, what really upsets me in this day and age is the way us parents let these little girls get away with the way they dress. We can't always keep tabs on our kids, which is true, but we should know what our kids are wearing. I'm tired of seeing 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old girls with booty shorts on. All you see is their fucking cheeks, walking around with crop tops. Okay? But in defense of a parent, I can understand us not being around them 24/7. So we don't know what the kids are doing when they leave the house, when they go to a friend's house. But I think at the end of the day, we need to set the structure, okay, as parents. And the thing that upsets me about a lot of mothers is that, one, you're a thought yourself. And by you being a thought, you don't really have no understanding of how to be a parent. Because you learned that from another thought, which was your mother, and your mother learned that from a thought, which was your grandmother, and so forth. That's what I always say. A lot of times you gotta know how to break the chains. You gotta know how to decipher what is right from what is wrong. Okay? If you know as a mother or as a parent, you went through certain things, you shouldn't want your child to go through certain things. We all been there. I'm a parent. But as I got older, I have better understanding. There's things I tolerate and things I won't tolerate. And when it comes to my kids, it's only one voice, and that's my voice. And that's something that they need to understand. So when I deal with my daughter, on a personal note, when I deal with my daughter, it's what I say. Now, if she do something behind my back and I find out, that is a wrap. She can't do shit. But what I'm saying is that as parents, as a female parent also, I think you need to take a stand. You need to know how to set a structure. And the reason why a lot of y'all don't know how to set a structure, because you never had structure in your life. You understand? The same thing your parents did, the same thing you doing, because you see what you seen is what you grew up with. And sometimes when your kids that act that way, your daughters dress that way, is what they see. The way they speak sometimes is what they hear. This is not no slight or no jab at y'all. It's just a bit of understanding. Because at the end of the day, you gotta understand something. Black women are at the top of the hierarchy. But when our kids leave the house acting the way they act, our young ladies that leave the house acting the way they act, dressing the way they dress, they look down upon. Just like when our black boys leave the house, their pants hanging off their ass. They might not be bad kids. They just following a trend. Just like the little girls may be following a trend. But at the end of the day, we need to say that, fuck trends. Fuck trends. Because trends don't get you nowhere. And as parents, I'm speaking to the black females. Y'all need to understand this, because from the bottom of my heart, I love y'all dearly. I'm not no coon ass dude. I ain't come from a white woman. I came straight from a black woman and a black man. My mother may not have been perfect, but she taught me structure. She taught me what to follow, what's right and what's wrong. And those are things that I understand. And me being a person now in this day and age, this is something I think that we all should understand, because it's more simpler. And things being more simpler is easier for us to grasp that concept. Without us grasping that concept as parents, we set our kids down the same trajectory that we went down. But like I said, this is not no slight jab at no female parent or black parents. Man, this is a bit of understanding. Listen to the words. You understand? When I say listen to words, listen to how the words are. Because the more you listen to words, the more you understand them, you get to decipher them. Because before I started waking up, started understanding more, I used to be the same. Well, this person's saying this shit, they don't know. Yeah, but after a while, people do know you. People do know you. And when I say people know you, people have a better understanding of who you are. We don't want to say, oh, I don't want to judge this person by looking at them. But that's life. That's life. We're a judgmental society and we're a hypocritical society. And that's how we are. So sometimes we need to come together and set boundaries for our kids. Because no way in fucking hell no little girl should be walking the street looking like that. On top of that, no little girl should be coming in the house 12 o'clock at fucking night. Or no little boy. And the reason why we allow these things, because I'm not sure if it's not understanding how to be a parent, or is it just the friendship, that bond we want with our kids. You can have a bond with your child. But like I said, if you feel as a parent, feel doing what's right. Don't feel doing what's wrong. But a lot of parents don't have that understanding. A lot of parents don't have that sort of thinking. The thinking is what really, you understand? The thinking part is the most difficult part. And we need to understand that, and we need to realize that. And when we understand that and realize that, life is much more easy and simpler. When it comes to my kids, I'm a dictator. That's it. What I say goes. And when you're old enough to make a decision, it's still going to be my word. What I say goes. Because just because you're 18, 20, 21, 22, you don't really start coming into your own sometimes until you hit your 30s. And we need to make that clear to these little girls, man. This is what works. This gets you by in life. Not all this shit. Not all that ass. And we need to understand, and we need to teach our kids that. If you want to be a fucking thought, you be a thought as a parent. But don't allow your daughter to be that thought. Like I said, have them focus on a different route. And we need to understand that the environment these kids in, it brings them down to a lower level. Because a lot of kids they don't start off at a low level. A lot of kids start off at a high level. Then for some odd reason, socially, society brings them down here. And when it comes to black kids, society's function to have the kids down here and not here. But we need to let the kids know that they're always on top. No matter, they're always on top, especially when it comes to black kids. And they don't start off at the bottom. If you're a parent, you're a fucking loser, then that's just you. But you need to instill in your kids that you start off at the top. And let the kids know that this is not the ceiling. But like I said, man, a lot of your female parents, man, you need to be more mindful when it comes to your girl kids. Boy kids too, but when it comes to the girl kids. Because remember, the girls are the ones that bring forth life. And a lot of our black girls, before they even bring forth life, they're judged. And the child that comes out of them judged. Like I said, change the narrative. Let us all as a community change the narrative. Family, before I go, like I said, hit the like and share button, subscribe button, thumbs up button. Love y'all.